Hello, boys and girls. My name is Peter, and I'm here to give you your Raw recap of the night. Tonight's Raw was in Cincinnati, Ohio, the home of Dean Ambrose. And this is the go home show for Raw going into this weekend's pay per view special network event, Payback. And I would give this Raw a 6. It wasn't that great. I would say, a couple of bad news, good news. I mean, good things, bad news. But either way, um, I really don't know what to say about it. But again, the recap isn't a review. It's basically like just touch it. I just touch on things that happened on the night. And if you want the full review, be sure to tune in this Wednesday around 9 o'clock, where me and Jake, Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling, will give you the review of tonight's Raw from Cincinnati, and we also will give you our Payback predictions. So check this out. Triple H makes his return, so to speak, and he basically tells Kane if Seth Rollins loses in his triple threat match at Payback, that his services will no longer be needed. And he sets up a match between Roman Reigns and Kane. He sets up a match between Rollins and Orton. And then he sets up a match between Dean Ambrose and J&J Security, because Noble bucks up to Triple H. Basically, Dean Ambrose, I mean, I don't even know why they even being that this is his hometown, you would think they would have put him in something that had a little more substance to it. But it was given this sort of gimmick match. The only thing I'll say is that J&J did a great job making Ambrose look good. Again, those guys, I don't know if they do anything on the independent scene or anything like that, or they just fuck around in the Performance Center or anything, but like, those guys still got it. They made Ambrose look like $1,000,000. They both took the L, so in Ambrose home, crowd goes crazy. Next up, we got Ziggler versus Barrett. This leads to a Barrett victory. Fresh off of King of the Ring, he gets another victory. Well, I think he took the fall on SmackDown, but hey, he's the King of the Ring, regardless of any distractions. And Sheamus was the distraction. He got the win over Ziggler. And I don't even know what happened between then, which is so funny. I don't know what happened between then. I ended up like kind of dozing off. Had an early day, but I think nothing happened significant in between now and then. But in the second hour, we got the John Cena Open Challenge. And at first he teased that there wasn't going to be one. He made it a fan vote in the arena. Out comes Neville. And it's an amazing match. It's the match of the night. This is why I grade tonight's Raw as good as I did, a 6. Again, I give it a 6. But this was the match of the night. And it's funny how these U.S. challenges are becoming the match of the night. You can say because of the talent that he's facing. Or you can say that Cena just knows how to hold his own. But this becomes a DQ because Rusev comes in after a red arrow. Really hard-fought match. He hits the red arrow, and basically he's about to beat Cena. But Rusev comes in for the DQ. And Kane versus Reigns. This actually was a no contest from the beginning, before Reigns could even get into the ring. Just after he get in the barricade, Kane attacks. And it ends with Reigns hitting the spear on Kane on top of the announce desk. We get Brie versus Tamina, and I think this is Tamina's first match back. and it very much so looked like that. I guess coming off an ACL injury is pretty tough to sort of bounce back and look like you're in rare form. I guess in any circumstance, live event, on TV, she's probably been working out and training, but you can only do so much after that kind of injury. But Tamina wins with a super kick. Again, not that great of a match, but yeah, Tamina gets the victory. I'm glad she got the victory, her first victory on her way back. Axelmania versus Macho Man Dow. This all was set up, I think, on Superstars or something like that. Seems like a pretty swell idea, but again, I want Sandow to actually be something. I guess if he's relegated to this, I'll deal with it. It's fun nevertheless. But before they can really get into the match, the Ascension comes out, and basically you have these people talking to each other, doing gimmicks, and they're all taking shots at each other's gimmicks as if they're not doing a gimmick themselves that replicates somebody from the past. Ascension being the Road Warriors and whatever. But Axe and Mandow take out the Ascension, and it looks like we got the Mega Powers combined version of .02. So, and the sad news, Brian actually relinquishes the IC belt due to his MRI that he said he got. He doesn't know if he had ever wrestled again. We've been here before, but again, he's gone too hard for a while, and this is the result. He has to relinquish the belt, and he steps off into the sunset for a while. The New Day comes out with the cheap heat with the Pete Rose comment. It's Big E versus Cesaro, and another weird match. I don't know what the deal is. Again, it wasn't. They've been on a roll between the New Day and Kid and Cesaro, even in singles matches, even in triple threat matches. 3-on-3 matches. This one is probably the worst of the three. It just seems that Cesaro and Big E just couldn't get their chemistry straight, and I blame a lot of it on Big E. I think he didn't know his spots, or he forgot his spots, or he was very timid with his spots, so it just came out looking really weird. And speaking of weird, Cesaro ended up getting the win with a really weird schoolboy roll-up. It was just weird. PTPers, Primetime Players, they basically act like the New Age Outlaws. We get Bray Wyatt cutting a promo. Ryback comes out and attacks him, and into this boring ass main event, Seth Rollins versus Orton. I don't know what it is about these two guys. They just cannot bring magic at all. I think you can get some spots here and there, but for the most part, there's no magic between these two. And maybe it's because I can't pinpoint it, but it's a boring ass match. J&J interfere, and the sequence is this. And I guess this, because it's the go home show, you have this. This is what's going on. I'm still waiting for Kane to be the special guest referee for this three-way triple threat at Payback. But J&J interfere. Kane shows up, grabs a chair, does nothing. Reigns and Ambrose basically shows up for the save because J&J and Rollins is basically stomping a mud hole and Randy Orton. Ambrose hit Dirty D's on Rollins. Reigns hits a spear on Rollins, and then Reigns and Ambrose sets Orton up to give Rollins an RKO, so he's laid to waste. But then Reigns hits a spear on Orton. Ambrose hits a Dirty Deeds on Reigns, and Kane is still on the outside. Second week in a row that Dean Ambrose stands tall. He stands tall in Montreal. He stands tall in Cincinnati, and that is Raw for the night. Again, not one of the best. I guess coming up such good heat. I think they should have kept Ambrose. They should have pushed Ambrose maybe to the second hour, late in the second hour, to get the crowd interested. I feel like when Ambrose came out, they sort of lost the mojo a little bit. But yeah, we got what we got, and that's the go home show for Payback. Again, if you want this full review with me and my homie Jake Grande, be sure to come back around 9 or so, and this will be up along with the video version. Well, the audio format of the review will be up, but the video format of the Payback predictions will be up soon after. So be sure to tune back in for Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling on Wednesday. And if you're interested, go back and check out Peter Talks SmackDown. That's a video format. Also check out Fast in the World podcast. That's the NXT review with Jake and the Amazing Fritz. And go back and check out Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling, the Montreal review. And until then, we'll see you Wednesday. And check out, the next time you see me will be that, and then Peter Talks SmackDown. So have a good evening.